sales, are high-ticket sales masterclasses really worth it? By the end of this presentation, you'll know.
If you spend any time looking for business advice online, you will immediately run into two completely contradictory camps. One side tells you to build a low-ticket passive income course and scale to the moon. The other side insists you need to sell high-ticket premium consulting and charge thousands of dollars per client. Try to follow both, and you end up drowning in a chaotic, high-pressure digital environment where you are constantly chasing algorithms, answering support emails, and tweaking funnels until you burn out. To figure out which path actually makes sense, we have to look at the math. A $300,000 revenue goal is exactly the same destination, but the road you take to get there is completely different depending on your pricing. This chart shows the exact breakdown. On the left, a low-ticket approach requires acquiring 1,000 customers paying $300 each. On the right, a high-ticket approach hits that exact same $300,000 mark with just 20 clients paying $15,000 apiece. The price tag you attach to your product dictates your daily operational reality. You are deciding exactly how you will spend your time, Monday through Friday. If you choose low-ticket, your daily life becomes a volume game. You will spend your hours analyzing ad metrics, driving thousands of clicks to landing pages, and fighting to keep customer churn low enough to maintain your margins. If you choose high ticket, your daily life becomes deeply interpersonal. You will spend your hours conducting long discovery calls, navigating complex client emotions, and managing tight, high-stakes relationships. Picking a price point means picking the specific type of stress you are willing to tolerate. Let's weigh the trade-offs of both models. We have to start with customer acquisition. Low-ticket offers demand massive, continuous traffic to survive. Because your profit margin per sale is tiny, your funnel needs a constant flow of thousands of fresh eyeballs every single day. This makes the low-ticket model highly vulnerable. If an ad platform raises its costs by 20%, or a social media network changes its feed algorithm, your entire profit margin can vanish overnight. To counter this, creators end up on a relentless content treadmill. They have to post 3 times a day, chase viral trends, and constantly feed the machine just to maintain their baseline traffic. High-ticket offers sit on the opposite end of the spectrum. You start every month with $0 in recurring revenue from past sales, but you require a microscopic fraction of the traffic to hit your numbers. The barrier here is entirely psychological. Nobody makes an impulse buy at $10,000. You do not need a viral video. You need unshakable authority. This comparison table maps out the core difference. Under audience needs, low ticket requires massive traffic, while high ticket requires deep trust. Building that trust means a significantly longer sales cycle. A high-ticket prospect might read your newsletters and watch your seminars for 6 months to validate your expertise before they ever reach out. The low-ticket model is an attention game won by sheer volume. The high-ticket model is a conversion game won by authority. When it comes to actually capturing the sale, low-ticket relies on automated funnels. The goal is to allow a customer in a different time zone to pull out their credit card and buy your product at 2 in the morning without ever speaking to you. But building a funnel that converts cold traffic is difficult. It requires elite-level copywriting, precise psychological triggers, and complex technical setups to work effectively. Even with a perfect setup, low-ticket conversion rates are inherently low. Without a human to answer questions and tailor a pitch to the buyer's specific fears, converting 1 or 2% of your traffic is considered a success. High ticket strips away the automation and replaces it with a consultative, one-on-one discovery call. In these conversations, you are listening for the specific emotional pivot point, the one high-stakes problem that makes the investment feel necessary rather than just nice to have. But this approach carries intense operational drag. Conducting an hour-long, highly empathetic sales call is exhausting. If your lead qualification is loose, you will waste hours talking to people who cannot afford your rates. Expanding our table, we can see the sales mechanisms diverge. Low ticket relies on automated funnels with low conversion, while high ticket relies on consultative calls with high conversion. Low ticket scales easily because it removes human interaction, while high ticket demands your time in exchange for highly effective emotional conversions. Once the credit card clears, you have to deliver. Low-ticket models accomplish this through self-serve digital products, templates, and pre-recorded video courses. The economic advantage here is massive. Because the asset is already built, the cost of delivering it to user number 10,000 is the same as delivering it to the very first user. You gain the ability to support 10,000 users with the same effort it took to support the first 10, as the delivery happens automatically. The downside is that digital courses have notoriously low completion rates. Clients lack accountability, meaning their success rates drop. And while delivery is automated, you still face a barrage of low-level support tickets from people needing password resets or refund requests. High-ticket delivery solves the accountability problem by offering premium, done-for-you, or highly tailored, done-with-you services. Direct involvement ensures the client actually implements the strategy. They finish the project, achieve the specific ROI they were promised, and provide the detailed case studies that sustain your premium pricing. The critical flaw is that your personal capacity has a hard ceiling. Once you hit 15 or 20 active clients, you run out of hours in the week. To grow beyond that, you have to hire expensive, specialized experts to take over delivery. Finishing our table, we see that low-ticket delivery is DIY with high churn, while high-ticket is high-touch but heavily capacity-capped. The low-ticket model maximizes your reach but dilutes your individual impact. The high-ticket model maximizes your impact but eventually forces you to confront the physical limits of your own time. As a business matures, it often attempts to merge these two models into a single architecture called a hybrid value ladder. On the front end, they sell a low-ticket offer with one specific goal: acquire customers and build initial trust. They are perfectly fine breaking even on this step, using the sales just to pay for their advertising costs. On the back end, they take that pool of proven, trusting buyers and upsell a percentage of them into a high-ticket premium service. This staircase diagram maps the financial flow. The low-ticket product sits on the bottom step to liquidate your ad costs. Once a buyer steps up to your premium service, that revenue goes straight to your pure profit margin. It is highly effective, but it comes with extreme operational danger. You are now the manager of a high-volume marketing machine and a bespoke consulting firm at the exact same time. Using low-ticket volume to fund high-ticket margins is incredibly lucrative, but the organizational complexity will break a novice operator. So, how do you decide where to start? The correct model depends entirely on your current audience size and the depth of your expertise. This quadrant chart plots audience size on the horizontal axis and depth of expertise on the vertical. A massive audience with general knowledge places you in the bottom right, the low-ticket zone. Deep expertise with a small audience goes in the top left, the high-ticket zone. Only mature businesses with massive traffic and premium delivery infrastructure belong in the top right, the hybrid value ladder. Do not build a low-ticket business if you lack a reliable, high-volume distribution engine. And do not launch a high-ticket offer if you refuse to get on the phone to do one-on-one sales. Review your assets. Pick the constraint you are willing to endure,